Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Kerbal Space Endeavour. In our last episode we were struggling with biome detection. We had our science one, which is a plane, fly around and collect science, but we realized we don't know where all of the biomes are because our surveyor one is not equipped with a satellite that can actually track biomes. So we will need to augment our old surveyor. The thing is, I did not have... Oh, there we go, once again, things flipping out because that's just how things work when I play Kerbal Space Program. It didn't have the biome tracker and it doesn't have any docking ports. So what I have at the tip of my craft right here is the grappling equipment that was introduced with the patch 23, and with that we should be able to, I quote, dock with the surveyor one and therefore add new parts to it. However, let's find out what these new things have to tell us. A suspiciously high concentration of dangerous rocket fuel byproduct is detected in Kerbin's upper atmosphere, likely a sign of an extreme number of spacecraft launches. Yes, that sounds reasonable. So let's skip ahead when we already are in the final stage of getting this thing connected. So the RCS was not placed 100% right for me, so I had a little bit of wobbling around here. And I decided it's the best thing because I'm running low on fuel right now, just to snap on. There we go. And now this craft is connected. So what I will need to do is get rid of the stage that I'm connected to right now, and then where it was docked, dock again. So here we're releasing, trying to get ourselves stable. And yeah, I miscalculated something because, as you can see, the ejection force is so strong that my surveyor is floating away and I had to race after it. You heard the little buzzing sounds in the back. When you hear that, that's the RCS sound mod, which gives RCS sounds. I mean, it's fast forwarded right now and it sounds a little bit distorted. But once you will hear it as a normal sound again. I actually did update a lot of my mods. I will put up a new list on my Twitch channel, and I will also have the updated version of all the mods that I'll be using in this episode, so you'll find it in the description. And yeah, so just normal RCS maneuvering and thrusting in, and I was trying to get this as good as I can, but somehow I didn't want to snap on, but there we go, this time it worked. It's not like 100%, but it is at least something. So with the clamp we were able to add these new parts to our surveyor one. And we also added some docking ports, so the next time we want to augment our surveyor, it will be a lot easier. And now the drive section just needs to be put into a suborbital trajectory, so it will come back to the planet Kerbin safely. So let's just fold these back in, and yeah, now let's switch back to the surveyor. Oh, no. There was the other part that was the original staging, and if you guys remember in the episode when we were launching this, the antennas on this broke off. So I left enough fuel in this to fly back to Kerbin, but somehow I forgot that I do not have any connection with this part. So I guess we'll have just some fuel floating around Kerbin. Okay, so here we have our surveyor, which is all ready and prepped, and these are our new nice multispectral sensors, and they give us some information, but nothing interesting in particular. And also this here is kind of buggy, whatever. So yeah, these two new observational tools will help us track all the biomes on the surface, and what they will also do is they will show us any anomalies that can be found on the surface. And yes, there are anomalies hidden on planet Kerbin. So let's switch this to, no, this is not the right one. We want color. Yes, we have biome selected, we have color selected, and as you can see, we are starting to map things. The mod that I'm using right here, for anybody who is new to my series, is called ScanSet. I'm using a development version right now, which fixes certain things the way I use the game, but it might break things for other people, so you should always just use the normal builds if you are not certain that you can get things to work the way you want them to work. So yeah, we have to rename this craft again to be the Surveyor 1. And yeah, I think we'll just fast forward until everything has been uncovered. And there we go. And I found an anomaly right here, pretty much north of the Kerbal Space Center, and I think we should go and check it out. Here I'm just zooming in to figure out how the terrain will be, so I know what kind of craft I will have to build to get there. But I guess we can just switch on to the next. And here we are with the Science 1. We have Shepri Kerbin on board again, and we have new places to go and new places to be. We have some new equipment on board, and it seems like we can already do a gravity scan. And after reading the manual a few times, the command team is able to take an accurate reading of the local gravity. Very interesting. Let's get the gear in, and we don't need to fly that fast. And that we are set out for new biomes, new places, and once we get this flying decently, I actually should turn Ferrum back on so we don't explode accidentally. Okay, we're still increasing its speed. 200 meters per second is decent enough. Almost Mach 1. Alright, so let's check out the map. And we are right here, the Science 1 is right here, and I want to go and check out this anomaly and anything we can find on the way. So with the augmented new satellite, we have all the information that we need. And maybe we can find something more on the way. There's grasslands, highlands, grasslands, highlands, and then mountains. Alright, so I guess we'll just have to fly there. And of course, there was flying, and flying, and flying. It took quite a long time for me to get there, and as you can see in the lower left corner of the screen, my fuel was actually running very low. But we are almost there. It is just a few kilometers to go until we reach our target. So once we got there, we found out that it is right underneath of us in this wonderful ditch. So landing this plane will be a hard thing to do. So what I did was, we did a little bit of a roll, and once we reached the right position, we were just opening our conveniently implemented parachutes to land safely in this weird ditch. However, due to aerodynamics, we are kind of falling weird until we have to turn back on the engines and hope that the parachutes open up fairly quickly. And I think they should be opening right about now. Yes, there we go. So now we just float back towards the planet. And I think it is time to get back to old me. Let's orientate ourselves so nothing breaks off. And there we have a successful landing. Let's get out the ladder and start with an atmospheric pressure scan. A biodrill scan. And does it tell us something new? The sample consists mostly of hard rocky material, but should exhibit some growth if stored in an incubator. We have heard that one before. Gravity scan. After reading the manual, we have read that before. Laser. High concentration of silicates, oxygen, and aluminum are detected. In other words, lots of granite. Let's do a material study. The materials show little sign of change, though one of the sample appears to be judging you silently. Okay. And you sneak a taste of the goo and stuff it in your spacesuit. Okay. It appears there's normal seismic activity under the layers of dirt. Temperature scan. No more samples can be collected. Okay, and so let's get out. Do an EV report. I wonder if we can buzz the tower while hanging off the side of the cockpit. Finally, they understand. But let's get gravity data, seismic data. Let's grab everything we can. Collect data. Take temperature data, take pressure data. We're gonna take this here as well. And this here. And we collect more information. And science. Oh, we got that all on board? Now, we wanted to check out that anomaly, so let's zoom in. We're supposed to be like almost on top of it. It should be right to our left. Like right over there. Well, I guess we have to investigate this further. Let's take a temperature scan. So then, I came up with the idea of just rolling down the hill and trying to get to as close to the anomaly as I can. But guess what? Things go wrong. Oh boy. We lost our engines and we rolled past the anomaly. Is that it? That small little thing right there? Well, I guess we will have to check it out. Okay, let's do an EV report. Finally, time to stretch your legs, alright? And a surface sample. Here the surface is mostly barren. Snow, dirt and rocks. You are very confident that if you looked under the snow, you'd find more dirt and rocks. That is a very acute assumption. Okay, now let's check out what this anomaly is all about. Wait, before we do, we should probably store our scientific data. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, under warp time acceleration, this thing slides down the hill, which is not good. So, store experiments. And we run down the hill. Yep, this is the supposedly anomaly that was detected from space. So, what do we have here? It is black. And I can walk through it. Very interesting. Can we do an EVA report here? Not any kind of interesting EVA report. Okay, so... It's one of those monoliths. Even though it is stuck in the ground. But... very interesting. We found a monolith. I was hoping for something more interesting, but I guess we'll just have to live with what it was. A monolith. Alright, we didn't have enough fuel to get back to Kerbal Space Center anyway, so we'll just have to retrieve the craft where it is. We won't get the maximum amount of money back, but it's okay. The mission was a success. So then we launched another craft and found another anomaly just west of the Kerbal Space Center. And once again it is in a very inconvenient location, so we had to use parachutes again to land. But as things go with these kind of terrains, landing a plane is not that easy, and yeah, it fell over. So then we got out and we were looking around and we just couldn't find it. There was nothing there. Absolutely nothing. And so I thought, okay, maybe it was submerged again and I couldn't see it or anything. But I was supposed to be right on top of it. So there I was skimming through the surface and trying to see if something was submerged, and as you can see, I was right. Down there is the anomaly, the monolith that is, I guess, counting as an anomaly that is hidden underneath of the planet's surface. There's a lot more of these. I did do 2 more missions and checked out other anomalies which were also just monoliths, and yeah, they're not really interesting. I thought they would be cool, that would be interesting, but I'll guess we'll leave it at that. However, I think we're gonna end the episode right here, and we'll continue with more interesting stuff in the next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time.